Ooh, what is up, everybody? It's been a minute. I mean, really, it's been like a week, but it's good to be back, though. Definitely. Friday night live stream as we wait for the viewers to come in and join. Definitely. Reginald, what's up, man? It's good to see you. Good to see you, bro. Doing good, man. Yep. Delusional. What's going on, man? It's good to see you. Thanks for joining the live stream, man. Hope you guys are having a good night. Sean, what's up? What's up? What is up with everybody? Starting to get some people in now. Hopefully you guys are doing, man. Life's been good, man. It's been good, delusional. I've been working and stuff, so I haven't been able to put videos up as frequently as I would have liked to, but I will be having some off time after next week. So hopefully on my off time I can drop some good content for you guys on the YouTube channel. I do know and I feel bad that I've been missing out, so I do apologize for that. Samuel, what's up, man? I'm doing good, man. I hope you're doing well, man. Same as you, man. What's up, AP? It's good to see you here, bro. Justin, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. I'm glad you can find some information on the channel that helps you out, that you like and enjoy. I really appreciate that, man. 4 o'clock Cali time. Yeah, it's 4 o'clock on the West Coast, man. Y'all 3 hours behind. Shoot, some of y'all still working, if not just getting off work now. So 7 o'clock, 7:06 actually over here on the East Coast. But yeah, man. Yeah. So usually I try to announce I'm doing a live stream at least a day in advance. But my week this week was all sorts of weird and out of control and stuff. So I just didn't get the time to, man. Rick, what's up, man? What up with it, Rick? It's good to see you, man. Doing good, doing good. Hopefully you guys are doing good. You guys got anything crazy going on with your builds, your trucks and whatnot, all that good stuff. We don't have a guest tonight, unfortunately, but I'm here, so that means something. Heck yeah. Let's see what we got here. Oh, you got a third gen. Okay, then. All right, then. Hell yeah. I appreciate it, Michael. Thank you, man. I really do appreciate that. Actually, I watched it earlier this week. I watched it on, I want to say Monday or Tuesday, one of those days. I watched it and then I wiped it down today earlier when I got home because it had a little stuff on it from driving. I hit a puddle by accident. So you guys know if you got a truck with the wheels, man, the stance, man, that just makes a mess, man. Definitely. You got a 0867 Cummins all stock, Jason. Okay, then. I feel you, man. I got my phone notifications going off here. But yeah. Hell yeah. So I guess I'll tell you guys, we got 7 in the live stream now. I'll tell you guys what's going on my side. So in terms of the truck. So with the truck, I want to try next week. So next week I'm going to be installing some valve springs. Okay. So in this box right here, I got some valve springs from Smelling Diesel. We're gonna be putting these on next week. Next week, I'm gonna try to get those on, and then I also 100% plan to install the 120 horsepower injectors soon here. They're sitting right there in the box back there, underneath that black box on the table. But I'm gonna be installing that. It's been a while since I dipped into the engine bay. I think last time I was in the engine bay was when I installed the dual fuelers. After I installed the stock dual fuelers, I was kind of like, I'm gonna take a break right now in terms of working on the truck engine bay because up until then I've been going back to the summer with the compounds, man. It's been back and back and back. So I had to take a break and just I was like, I'm gonna just drive the truck, enjoy the truck as is, and then go from there, man. So we got that for the truck. There's something else I had set up. Oh yeah, push rods. So I was going to order push rods this week because I thought something was going on in terms of tuning. I thought something was going to be going on in terms of where I wasn't going to be able to get tunes anymore. So I would kind of start freaking out. So I was like, well, I need to hurry and get my stuff done so I can get my revisions in and all that. But everything's good though. Everything's good. So what's up with it? We got Ford, live in Cali. What's the best legal? All right, so I'll start asking questions. So if you guys got any questions you guys want me to answer, by all means, ask down in the comment section because I will be reading all comments and I will answer them. So first one we got, question we got in terms of stuff. Well, actually, let me rewind real quick. Michael Duree, I see your comment. You said looking at a 2019 Titan diesel. If I'm correct, Nissan does no longer makes the Cummins Titan anymore. I was reading the article. I think it was like CNBC or something like that. They pretty much discontinued the Cummins model because in 3 years they sold only 11,000 units for the 5.0 Cummins on the Titan. I'm not telling you by no means to not buy a Titan. That's not what I'm telling you. What I'm telling you though is that for a engine and a setup to be available for such a short amount of time, just kind of be a little cautious about that because in terms of parts and it's going to be expensive, man. So just kind of consider that before you or consider that in your process when you're trying to determine if you want to get one. D Solzy, what's up, man? It's good to see you, brother. All right, so I'm gonna start answering some questions. So Jason, live in California. What is the best legal mods I can do for better fuel mileage? So for you, man, in all honesty, cold air intake, some emissions intact tunings, so for like Banks Power, Banks has the iData or the D-Ringer tuner. You got that. So I would pretty much say emissions intact tuning, cold air intake. I don't know what truck you have specifically, but I'm assuming it's a Cummins. If you have a Cummins, you can yeah, I mean that's you're limited. You're gonna be limited. You do a Banks exhaust system where it's a D, or you can do a straight pipe DPF back. But I'm pretty sure in California for smog they require a muffler on the vehicle. So I mean that stated, man, that's a rough state to live in if you're trying to do aftermarket stuff to any vehicle, whether it's gas or diesel. That's like New York, man. That's a hard place to live at and want to have like nice stuff. I wish I could get and keep my truck as clean as yours, but country life. Nah, I feel you, bro. Well, I tell you what, man, I washed my truck earlier this week for the first time in like over a month. It took me a bit because it was so dirty, man. Because I mean, I use it to pull my John boat when I go duck hunting and stuff. And then, it's just, you got a truck with such a nasty offset. It slings stuff everywhere, man. It just makes a mess. So it was definitely took a bit. Ford F-350, what's up, brother? It's good to see you, man. Randy, what's up? It's good to see you guys. Dream Killer. So because of my wife bought the same compounds for a Mega, guess who gets to install that? Well, I'm assuming it's going to be you or her because she paid for them. So, but that's why you got the video though. So, so Rick said thinking of putting a MagTech trans oil pan. Thoughts? I have a 5.9 Cummins. So Rick, with that, with the MagTech high tech pan, nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with that. The best thing I could say is the more capacity, the better. So as far as that, and then also if you have any sorts of intentions on upgrading your valve body down the road, certain valve bodies like D&J RevMax, they're thicker. So what happens is if you can't use their aftermarket valve bodies with the OEM pan, and certain aftermarket pans won't accept it. So what I would say is just the deeper pan you can get, the better. I don't know what MagTech specs are, but I'm sure they got it's a pretty deep pan that they have. You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing wrong with that. That's a good mod. Well, actually, you got a 5.9, so you got a 48. So yeah, man, you'll be all right with a MagTech. Heck yeah. Let's see. Brandon Hester 05 or 06 5.9 fully built engine, level 12 wide hostels, about to start color matching, looking to get a bigger turbo. Love the vids, man. Keep up the great work. Brandon, I truly appreciate the message, man. Thank you so much. That's an awesome build you got going on right there. Listening to it, It sounds like you're about to be into some rowdy stuff. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we got Justin Hawkins in. What is up, Justin? I was just watching your videos earlier today. Playing Call of Duty, click on the YouTube and this pops up. What's good, Big Cam? Not much, man. Not much. I appreciate you joining, man. So Joe says mine has a tiny leak on the rail. I'm assuming fuel rail. I think it only leaks at high pressure. I don't know what's going on. I got to take it apart again. That sucks, man. Sorry to hear that, Joe. But Joe, to top off on or to jump on what you're saying, are you talking? I'm assuming you're talking about fuel pressure. So you're talking about your fuel rail has a slight leak in it whenever you're like accelerating. OKC, what's up, man? It's good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing good. Thank you for joining. Jerry Warren said, "Squat your truck." Absolutely fucking not. Not on this. Not on this rig or any of my trucks. I'm not. I'm just not a fan of it. Me personally. Oh shit, you working on that dually? That's what I'm talking about. So for those of you that didn't know, OKC 67, Eric, he was one of the ones that we had featured on the channel or on the live stream a couple weeks ago. And he actually came across him and a buddy of his. They're building a third or restoring a third gen dually on his YouTube channel. It's pretty good. It's pretty cool content. So make sure you check it out if you want to see some third gen getting built up. It's good stuff. Cummins canceled the contract with Nissan. It was a big mistake in the first place. Oh yeah, I 100% agree, Rick. Yeah, man. I mean, I get it. You know, the outsiders are outsiders in terms of like Nissan, Toyota, pretty much all the import cars. You know, they're outside looking in and they're like, well, we need to make our trucks competitive with the American trucks because that's what most people buy. Let's get Cummins, which is an American-based company based out of Ohio. Pretty sure out of Ohio or Indiana, one of those ones. Let's get them and let's put one of their engines in our truck. Problem was that they wanted $50-something thousand. They wanted $55,000 for a 5.0, not a 6.7 Cummins, a 5.0 Cummins. They wanted $50,000 something, but there were multiple problems. Problem number one was this: it was a Nissan Titan. If you look inside of a Nissan Titan, it is plastic everywhere. Like it's a plastic machine. Okay, so one, you're paying 50 G's for nothing but a bunch of plastic on the interior. So the interior is not that impressive. And then number two, for extra 10,000, let's say 60,000, or if you get you a pre-owned 2,500, Ford, Chevy, Dodge, whatever. If you get you a pre-owned 2,500, you can get you a nice truck for that same price with a bigger engine and stronger engine. Because you get a brand new Titan when they had the Cummins in it, the 5.0 Cummins. Let's say you pay $55,000. You can get you a 2-3-year-old 6.7 Cummins for that much, and you get a 6.7 Cummins with a stronger engine and trans. So it made no sense strategically, logistically. It was doomed to fail when it first started. So I agree with you, Rick. Thanks for the info. No worries, Michael. Feelings on the F250, F350 6.0s. So, Michael, a lot of people don't know it, but some people do. I used to own a 6.0. I used to have a 2006 F350 King Ranch long bed. And I tell people all the time, it was a good truck. I really did like it. It sounded great. It was deleted, tuned. Well, not deleted, but because it was pre-DPF and all that. It was tuned, exhaust, straight pipe 5-inch. It was a nice little rig. I had 5% tint, subs, 100% JL audio, interior, everything. It was sick. People asked me why I sold it because it was 2-wheel drive. I wanted a 4-wheel drive truck. So, but yeah, man, it was a good truck. So my thing on the 6.0s is that they are good engines. They're good trucks if you know what you're doing with them. You know what I'm saying? There are so many videos out on YouTube talking about how to check a 6.0, what to check on a 6.0, how to stud them, how to quote unquote bulletproof a 6.0. There's tons of information out there. If you're that individual where you feel like you can competently achieve and be able to take care of those tasks when it comes to that, I recommend a 6.0. I would, if you were to ask me would I own a 6.0 again, I would tell you, yeah, I would. I wouldn't be afraid to own a 6.0 because I know what to look for, and I've had one before. I did not mod it out nowhere near as much as this truck. The engine was stock besides the tune-in. Really tuning. Yeah, that's it. Really, it even had the stock head bolts on it. I mean, I was reckless with that truck. But yeah, Michael. So I don't mind 6.0, man. What's up, bro? Quick question: is pre-emissions different from emissions off? Joe, it depends on in what context, okay? Because I don't know what that's in correlation to, but long story short, if I was to say is yes, there's a difference. Pre-emission means that the vehicle was prior to when emissions was installed on it. So let's say a 2006 Dodge Ram 2500, that was pre-emissions because it wasn't until 2007 and a half when Dodge incorporated a emission system onto their trucks, okay? And then emissions off means exactly that. The emissions is off of the truck. So whether it had it or it didn't, it's not on. It's not on there no more. So that's the best answer I'll give you, man. Oh, I lost my comments. Stock '08 with 6.7. Let's see. Scotty, what's up, man? Stock '08 with a 6.7 used to pull fifth wheel, looking for gauges. When will Edge come out with the evolution for the Cummins? So Scotty, you got '08. You can actually you can't get the you can get the evolution, the Evo tuner from Edge for your 6.7. Okay. Now the thing is with Edge tuners is if your truck is newer than 2007 and a half, or if it's 2007 and a half and newer, all of the Edge tuners are going to be emissions intact, meaning that you have to have the OEM emission system in your truck. If your truck's deleted by any means, those Edge tuners are not going to work. When I bought my truck, so I got 2008, as you guys know, I bought my truck. It actually came with the Edge tuner. It had an Edge CS2 tuner. It's skinny little tuner with a little screen on it. It was boo boo. So it's going. Long story short. But yeah. And then looking for gauges. Scotty, one more thing I forgot to mention for your gauges. I run glow shift gauges in terms of to monitor certain parameters. I've been running my glow shift gauges since 2018. No issues, me personally. I know a lot of people run ISPRO gauges and they love them. And then people also run autometer gauges. So autometer, ISPRO, glow shift. Glow shift is going to be the cheapest one. ISPRO and autometers go for about the same, but it costs more than glow shifts. Randy, why are there so many damn truck giveaways right now? It irritates me because I think the YouTuber is finessing their subs. Randy, that's a long topic and story. To be honest with you, man, it's not politics, but it's a lot, man. It's a lot of stuff behind that. In terms of the truck giveaways, if you were to ask me personally, which I'm assuming that's why you asked, but if you were to ask me, I think it has to do with a tax break. If you notice, all these YouTubers that are giving away these trucks, they have 100,000 something plus. They have a huge flux of subscribers. And then what that means is they make money. They make money on YouTube. You'll never hear them talk about it, but these cats are probably pulling in $20,000, $30,000 a month purely off of YouTube videos, not including whatever they sell, merchandise, all that stuff. If you were to ask me why they always giving away trucks, I would say because they use it as a tax break. Because the thing a lot of people don't know is on YouTube, when you get paid by YouTube every month, you don't get taxed on that because YouTube does not consider you an employee. They give you a 1099 miscellaneous tax form. So what that means is at the beginning of the next year or the end of the tax season, you have to pay taxes on that money. So if you're making $30,000 a month, times that by 12, now you got to pay taxes for over 100,000. You know what I'm saying? So I think they do that. The truck giveaway stuff. Honestly, I think it has to do a lot with the legalities and covering themselves taxes and stuff. Because when you consider something a giveaway, even though it's not a giveaway, it's a raffle. Because in order to enter, you have to you have to buy something. But anyways, when you do a giveaway, you can claim it on your taxes as a donation, which gives you a tax break. So these people are giving these trucks away to give themselves a tax break. And on top of that, any money they spend building the truck, whether they put money on the parts, paint, wheels, anything they spend money on, they can claim that on their taxes. So like I said, I honestly believe that the reason why it's like that is because money. At the end of the day, it comes down to money. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention on top of that, the way they do it, you got to go buy a shirt, buy a hoodie, a keychain, whatever it may be. You got to go buy something, which means you're spending money on their products, which means they're making money. So it's a whole lot of stuff, man. But that's my personal opinion. When are you going to have more company on the channel? So funny you said that 40 or 350. So actually, I was gonna have somebody on the channel this evening, but he got caught up in some stuff, so it didn't work out tonight. But I still showed up. But we probably will or should have some guests on the channel next week. If not, or next weekend. If not next weekend on this channel, I will be on a guest on somebody else's channel. I'll just say that. Did you have issues with the block mounting for the 80 millimeter with the block mounting? So, if you mean did I have issues mounting the S480 turbo? The only issue I had was the turbo was so big, the compressor cover would not install onto the cartridge housing. So what I had to do was, the reason being was because the shock tower, well, not the shock tower, but the actual shock bucket, like the bucket that the shock sits in on the inside towards the engine bay of the truck side, it was rubbing the compressor cover was hitting that. So I had to grind down that portion of that portion of the bucket cover so that way I can mount the compressor housing on it. So but that's the only issue I have with the 80 mil. Other than that though, that thing rips. Yeah, I did a grid heater delete, a race plug. It's a slow leak, but trying to figure it out. Would it be better to do full injectors or just nozzles? Planning on doing them myself. But so Joe, in terms of the ultimate question, nozzles versus full builds, what it really comes down to is the condition of your injectors and the mileage on them. If you got over 80,000 miles on your stock injectors, you gotta rebuild them all the way. You can get away with nozzles, but it's not going to be right. It's best to get them fully rebuilt. That's what I would tell you. You know what I'm saying? Dang, I lost my people. I have the mag cover. Thinking of switching to the Banks cover. Ram 2500. I have the mag cover. Thinking of switching to the Banks rear diff cover. Better gear coverage? Question mark. Ram 2500. I couldn't tell you, brother, because I run a PPE rear diff cover, and I think somebody commented on one of my videos when I installed the rear diff cover on my truck, and somebody said I never seen a rear diff explode because you ran a stock diff cover. Food for thought. When you know what I'm saying, and that's how I look at it. So long story short, if you're running the mag cover and you've never had issues with your mag cover, it's never damaged your rear diff in the way that you would think it would, it's probably fine. You know what I'm saying? I know you got a lot of diehard Banks dudes out there, but I'm one of those dudes where it's like, just because Banks comes out with something does not mean it's the best in the world. That's just my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, so they were based in Indiana. I was like Indiana or Ohio, something like that. Your miles per gallon before delete, or your MPG before after delete and tune. To be honest with you, Brandon, I really can't remember that far back because that was like 4 years ago when I did that. All I remember was before I deleted it, it was slow, sluggish, and it got like 12 miles to the gallon. After I did it, it was like the opposite. 16, 17. In the city, I think I was getting like 18 MPG. So I can't. I don't have exact numbers for you now. I'm sorry. Justin M. To the mega cab or not? The mega cab looks so sick lifted, but kind of weak at stock height. Is the additional interior space worth it if I don't plan to lift? So Justin, with a mega cab, man, in all honesty, once you get a mega cab, and Eric knows what I'm talking about. Once you get a mega cab, it's hard to go back to a quad cab. The space you get in a mega cab in the back seat, not only the room that you can sit in, but behind the seat, the storage you get. There's no other truck that can compete with that, not even the Powerstroke, Super Duty. So, with that being said, yes, mega cab is 100% worth it. Randy with the phones, Monster Ram, what's up, man? It's good to see you. AP said he been running glow shift gauges for 2 years with no problems. So there we go. That's one person. Justin Hawkins said, "Get me in the live someday, Big Cam, bro. All you gotta do is hit me up, man. Let me know. Reach out to me. I'm googling glow shift. Nah, no worries, Michael. Glad to help you, man. AP said he got 11, 12 miles per gallon on 750 wheel horsepower. Mega cabs, babies, I got to love them. Heck yeah, that's awesome. So Scotty said, I thought the Edge was going to be easy plug and play for this old guy. I would love to keep track of the gearbox and exhaust temps as well as boot. Yeah, so Scotty, if you're not trying to add any sort of tuning, if you're not trying to tune your truck, if you're just trying to get something to monitor, get you an Edge Insight. Get you an Edge Insight CTS2, CTS3. Both are excellent monitors, so you can monitor all your parameters on your truck. It'll tell you everything going on with the truck. I personally recommend a CTS3 because that's the newest one, and I love mine. I have one on my truck. I definitely recommend that. You know what I'm saying? So Scott Allen said, "Don't buy a BD training pan. My buddy has been struggling with the install on diesel excursion. It leaked bad." Damn, Scott, I'm sorry to hear that, man. I never. You want me to be real? You're the first person I heard that from. I never heard nobody had that issue before, too, man. God damn. Hell yeah. But yeah, that's one of the things, man. And I'll tell you what, when I installed the PPE rear diff cover on my truck, I made a point to mention in my video because for some reason everybody thought that the Banks diff cover was the best slash only diff cover ever made. And I'm like, no, they don't have a monopoly. Like there's other companies and they make good stuff too, and people are like, oh, Banks has the oil scraper slash it can cool and all that stuff. I'm like, well, PPE one does that too. And they actually have like, testing here to show you. So I put that stuff in my videos and whatnot. So to be able to show you guys, but yeah, I got the PPE rear diff, front diff, and trans pan cover. All work fine, no issues, no leaking. If your pan's leaking, if you want to blame the pan for leaking, it's probably because the pan wasn't surface good, meaning the pan's not a flat surface, so it's warped. But if it's not the pan's fault, which most of the time it's not, it's either your gasket sucks or you didn't put a gasket on. Not saying anybody did that, but so like for instance, on the 68 RFE, on the third gen 68 RFE, you don't get a physical gasket. You have to use RTV, or gasket maker. So if you don't put a nice bead on the pan to make the gasket, obviously you're gonna have a leak. You know what I'm saying? So Reginald said, "How is that tailgate ladder holding up with the new lift, bro?" So some of y'all, I'm surprised you knew about that. So if you knew or didn't, I used to have a tailgate ladder I installed in the truck. I took that tailgate ladder off probably 6, 8 months after I installed it. So over about 2 years ago, it wasn't. It sucked. It sucked. I think that Banks put science into their products. Now, Scott Allen, I will agree with you on that when it comes to Banks, and that's a lot. That's one of the biggest reasons why people go with Banks is because Gail Banks and his team puts so much research and development into what they're doing, their products, their testing, all that stuff. So I can respect that from them. But you have some people out there that are just like completely ignorant to any other company. They're like, oh, I only want the bank stuff, the bank stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you can't be like if you good for you if you want to be like that, but don't sit here and like push it on everybody else like that's what they need to get. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of other companies out there that make good stuff. It's like me pushing Smed and turbos on every single person. You know what I'm saying? It's like no, Smed is not the only person that makes turbos. Like there's more people. Borg Warner makes good turbos too. You know what I'm saying? And then you have a lot of companies that use Borg Warner turbos that do good stuff with them. So it's like you can't be unbiased. You got to be unbiased, or you have to be unbiased with this stuff. So we got the yelling factor. I would really like to hear from some peeps on real world experience on a third gen location S369. I'm still debating that over a second gen kit with a 467. I'd save half the money with the third gen kit. So if anybody out there has some experience with this, the yelling factor is looking for it. Just a quick 2 cents for me on that, man. S369 SXE on a third gen style setup, turbo setup. You can't go wrong with that. You hit the head. You're gonna save money and you're gonna get a great spool and great running turbo. So in my opinion, if you're debating between that and the 467, your 369 is going to spool faster than that 467. In terms of flow, it's going to be the number. It should be right around the same, if that makes sense, or what I'm saying makes sense. When are we going to see some mods on the Impala SS, Mike? Man, when I get some money and some time, really time. When I get time, I haven't been available, man. You know what I'm saying? Part of it, in terms of the videos and stuff, part of my videos had to do with I haven't had time lately, and then the other half has had to been I just needed a break. You know what I'm saying? It can be a lot, especially when you have a family and priorities and stuff. So, but yeah, I definitely want to do stuff with the Impala though. I have things in my mind, like for instance, I got to change the heater core. I got to change one of my electric fan motors. I got to change a couple regulators in the windows. So I got like some fix me up stuff. I got to do on it. But I just got to sit down and do it, man. Nice, got the pedal monster. Heck yeah. JC said that he needs to show me his '08 6-speed. He's only 2 hours away. Yeah, man. I mean, yeah. If you're 2 hours away, man, let me know. We used a stock gasket that came with BD. Didn't work. We tried RTV. Didn't work. Now the only thing left is try both combined per BD. If you're going through that much BD, that might be that. I don't even know. I ain't even gonna say nothing. I'm thinking about getting a 410. It's funny. Me too. I'm just kidding. I like 410s, man. Any bush lights tonight? Nah, no bush lights tonight. I had a little bit of some Voodoo Ranger. I'm almost done with it though. But Randy, what's up, man? It's good to see you. Do I ever deal with Thoroughbred? No, I haven't. I never bought anything off Thoroughbred Diesel just because I usually go directly to the manufacturers for parts. Thoroughbred's a good company and they have good prices on stuff, but at the end of the day, Thoroughbred Diesel, they're just a distributor. You know what I'm saying? So, or a dealer is what some people call them. Justin, I don't have a Patreon or other ways that we can contribute. I know you can do. I've never done it, but I know you can do like a donation in the chat. I've seen people. I've seen people do that, but I don't have Patreon. But I do have some cool stuff for 2021 coming to the channel. Logos and stuff. We got a logo. So right now there's a logo in work for the channel. It's pretty sick. So it's definitely crazy. You and Whistling Diesel should collab. I don't even think he knows who I am. I'll be real. Dang. Heck yeah. But yeah, man. So I got that. Let's see. I was debating doing a Starlight headliner in my truck. I'm not gonna do it myself. I will gladly pay somebody $400-500 to do that shit because I ain't doing. I don't got the patience for that. I got patience for a lot of stuff, but that ain't one of them. Debating on doing that. Headlights. That's another thing too. You guys, I forgot to tell y'all. We got stuff. We got new headlights in. They are not done yet in terms of I got them in, but I got to send them back out because I want them to get fixed up. We will be having new headlights here within the next couple weeks on the channel. We got some cool stuff, so definitely. Yeah. Monster Ram, I appreciate it, bro. Yeah, man. Thank you. Thank you guys, all of you guys that tuned in. We got 24 people in the live stream right now. Yes, we did hit 20,000 subscribers. I want to say this morning, if not this morning, sometime last night, we hit 20K. So we're officially a 20,000 subscribed channel. obviously without you guys would not have been possible. So thank you guys so much. I'm pumped for it. Definitely 2021 is going to be good for the channel. I remember back in 2019 when I said 2020, I'm coming out swinging. I felt like I did for the most part because I started off 2020, boom, forged wheels. Forged wheels, boom, compound turbos, boom, 10-inch lift kit. You know what I'm saying? So I came out swinging when it came to 2020 and the channel. Obviously, outside of the channel, 2020 has been damn near a fucking disastrous nightmare. But yeah, definitely. I appreciate it, man. You ever think about building a dually? Yeah, I have actually. I've thought about it more than one time, one occasion. I definitely have. I would love to build a second gen dually or even a first gen dually. I'd build a dually. I really would. A single cab dually, 12 valve, 24 valve. I don't care. I definitely would consider that. What's your favorite diesel engine? Powerstroke, Cummins, or Duramax? That's a no-brainer. It's gonna be a Cummins, man. 6BT. I'm telling you, you talking about some simplicity. It don't get no simpler than a Cummins. They really don't. Simplicity, reliability, longevity, ease of maintenance. It hits all the damn wickets, man. A Cummins. You know, yeah, the Powerstroke sounds cool with the whistle, or the Duramax sounds cool with the whistle, depending on what model. But a Cummins, man, it's so, because it's an inline six, it's so reliable and it's such a low RPM torque monster. People just don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? Now you will get people who drive the newer Powerstrokes and potentially Duramaxes, L5P, say, "Oh well, when I drive my truck, it feels responsive, it got power." But when it's driving the Cummins, it feels kind of luggy and kind of torquey, like really grunting and stuff. Well, it's like that's what that fucking engine was made for. A lot of people don't know it, but the 6BT engine was a medium duty / fucking tractor engine. That was not no engine Cummins intentionally made to put in a pickup truck. In 1989, when Dodge revealed in their D250, 350, the 6BT 12 valve, that was a fucking experiment. A lot of people don't know that shit. Those engines were meant to, and that's again, that's why if you look back in the early 90s, like your harvesters, your combines, and like farm equipment, tractors and shit, some of them fuckers got 6BT, inline six Cummins engine in it, because that's what it was initially made for. It wasn't made for no fucking pickup truck. But Cummins and Dodge they struck a deal and they made it happen. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, the whole turbocharged diesel and all that stuff. So, but yeah, man, Cummins all day. Now, will I own or drive a Powerstroke or a Duramax? Absolutely, I would. I think the 6.7 Super Duties are some badass trucks. The 17s and newer, the fucking Luma Duties, I think those are nice ass trucks. I think the L5P is a nice truck. If the L5P tune-in and deleting wasn't fucking $5-8 grand, $10,000, a lot more people would drive those trucks, I think, in all honesty, especially the Denali's, the Sierras, the GMCs. It costs so much money to tune them and stuff, man. It's ridiculous. Greg Brown, have I done any more upgrades to the trans? No, I have not, sir. The last upgrades I did to that trans was when I installed the deep dish trans pan. Before that was the valve body valve body separator plate, and then before that was when I tuned the transmission, which was like when I pretty much first bought it. So, what are your thoughts on something? I was looking at a 6.4 liter and a 6.0. If they're both bulletproof, which one would you go with? I would go with a 6.0 all day over a 6.4. A 6.4, put it like this, Wayne. They made a 6.4 from 2008 to 2010. They made that fucking engine for 3 years. If you I don't care who it is. If you make an engine for 3 years and stop, something's not right. It's not. But besides that, going with the 6.0 or 6.4, way more parts are way more readily available and easier to find on a 6.0 versus a 6.4, and they're going to be cheaper. Okay. I don't know what 6.4 injectors go for, but I do know 6.0, you can get a set of 8 injectors for a 6.0 Powerstroke for under $1,000. So I would go with 6.0, you know what I'm saying? Me personally. And the thing about it is a 6.0 is proven in terms of, it's proven. Like if you build a 6.0 and it's built like solid, studs, gaskets, oil cooler, relocation, all that stuff. If it's solid, a 6.0 is a very, very stout diesel engine. You know what I'm saying? You say easy on the Cummins, bro. You got some Duramax fans here. I'm building a 2011. It's all good, Scott, man. I wasn't jabbing at nobody. Although Chevy did team up with a company called Isuzu to start the Duramax, but I'm just messing with you, man. What fueling mods do I need if I plan on getting compounds, or do I have to have any? Absolutely. So, Justin, you don't need to have fueling mods. So when you run compounds can run on stock fuel, and they can run on fuel to the moon. You know what I'm saying? You can have stock fuel and run compounds all day, every day. It's just picking the right compound setup. You know what I'm saying? So let's say you're rocking a stock turbo. Obviously, a stock turbo works on stock fuel. So let's say you want to kind of give it some more air, perk it up a little bit. Slap a 475 as the second turbo for the compound setup, and you can run that. That is a stock fuel system setup all day. So you got your stock, whether it's HE 351 or it's whatever came non VGT 5.9 equivalent of a HE 351. You can run that on a stock fuel with compounds all day. And then with that being said, a lot of people hit me up and they say they're scared to run compounds. They think compound turbos are not for race applications only, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So many people think that because you have compounds, you got a race truck or drag truck, or it's not like that. People get compound turbos that tow every day for a living and tow with their trucks. You know what I'm saying? The drivability characteristics running compound turbos on these trucks change dramatically. The boost is instant. It comes on at a lot lower and a sooner RPM, which means that the driving, you're on the highway or you're getting on the highway, merging, you got to get in front of somebody, you fucking nail it, and that bitch goes. You know what I'm saying? So you can run compounds on stock fuel. Again, what it comes down to is the setup you're trying to do. Okay. You got to get the SMB tank installed. Got mine, love it, brother. Best decision ever. So I saw SMB has it's like a 150-gallon tank, or it's pretty much a bigger fuel tank. I would do it, but the thing about it is I have no need for it. I really don't. I got a 32, 33-gallon tank. I get about 2 weeks of fuel out of my truck before I have to fill up. I don't know, man. Reginald said the 6.4 is 100% trash. I mean, I don't know, man. Like I said, dude, they only made it for 3 years. That engine got made for 3 years, and they canked it, and they made the 6.7, man. So, nigga would come. What's up, brother? If you don't run AMSOIL fluids, would you be willing to change over? Yeah. So if I didn't run AMSOIL, so before AMSOIL, I used to run Shell Rotella, and I had no problem with that. I ran T6, the blue bottle, Shell's Rotella. Loved it, no issues. You know what I'm saying? But then I switched to AMSOIL, and I was just, I don't know, I really liked it. But yeah, if AMSOIL wasn't here, I run Rotella. I go back to Rotella, and then I probably run Hot Shot. I've heard a lot of good things about their oil too. Making 800 horsepower and 6.7 Cummins. That's good, dude. Kagan. If I'm saying your name correctly, 800 horsepower. Sorry, 800 horsepower and 6.7 Cummins. That's a nice setup, man. That's good, dude. Good tuning, good fuel, some good air right there. That's what I'm talking about. Now the question is it 800 horsepower reliable and drivable, or is it just floor to pedal, smoke everywhere, EGTs at 1500? That's the real question. And that's a question a lot of people don't get that when it comes to. And I'm not talking about Kagan specifically, but people in general. They'll tell you they got 850 900 horsepower build all day, but is it like that at 3,000, 2,800 RPM, or is it like that, driving it throughout the, 0 to whatever? and that's where a lot of people mix it up at. You might have an 800 horsepower truck, But if you have an 800 horsepower truck and you got to be going 3,000 RPM, locked up in overdrive, and anything besides that, it's just luggy, smoky machine. Like, that's not cool. You know what I'm saying? Kagan, I'm not saying that's how your truck is, man. I'm sure you got an awesome build. I'm just saying, people who want to build their trucks, keep that in mind. You know what I'm saying? Is the Banks intercooler upgrade worth the money? Landon, I never ran their intercooler, so I couldn't tell you. I got a Mishimoto intercooler, and I think it's worth it. I like it. I've had it for like 3 years now. So what's a good kit for compounds? Justin, for compounds, man, so I'm assuming you got a I'm assuming you got a Cummins. So usually people will run the stock turbo with an added turbo. Usually the added turbo is a S475. So stock turbo over S475 is very common. It can support up to 750 horsepower usually. It's tow friendly, super street friendly, very good driving characteristics. That's a very common compound setup. If you want to dabble with like aftermarket turbos more, S362, S475, that's a good setup. Similar numbers, characteristics are the same. I got an S366 over S480. That's an awesome setup. I love it personally. I've been driving it for 6 months now, 7 months. So I like it. I appreciate it, Eric. Thanks, man. I just hit 20K, man. That's just badass. I'm extremely excited, and it wouldn't have been possible without you guys, man. So I'm extremely grateful. Hell yeah. Randy, how long can you run AMSOIL between oil changes? It just depends on which one you're running. So if you're running their base package oil, like the Series 3000, you're going to get normal intervals out of it. So if your engine calls for 7,500 miles or 14,000 miles, whatever your engine calls for, that is the intervals you would get. But if you run like the Signature Series or the Diesel Marine oil, like I run, you're going to get double intervals. So I'll show you here what I got. All right. So here is the normal Series 3000 AMSOIL oil. This right here gives you 4 times better wear protection than leading competitors. I know I sound like a salesman, but that's just what they say. This right here is normal intervals. So whatever your manufacturer recommends for oil changes, this is what you would stick with that with this. I run currently the AMSOIL Premium Heavy Duty Diesel and Marine motor oil. This one you get double intervals. So like for instance, on the 2008 Dodge Ram 2500, the owner's manual calls for oil changes every 7,500 miles. So times that by 14,000 or 15,000. So I get 15,000 miles with this oil. Will I run it that far? Fuck no, I won't. I'll probably run it to like 10. Like right now, I'm almost at 9,000 miles on this oil right here. So I'll probably do an oil sample here soon and then see what the stats say, what they recommend. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's some strong shit. Yeah. But yeah. Yep. Signature Series AMSOIL is the way to go, Randy. Worth every penny. Yeah, Signature Series is good, Scott. Another thing too, a lot of people aren't too sure of. So if your truck is either deleted or it's pre-emissions, so if it's older than 2007 and a half, I recommend you run the Diesel Marine oil. Just run the correct weight for your engine. So, on 6.7 my year, they recommend 15W40. I recommend the Diesel Marine oil because it has a higher TBN, total base number. And what that is basically it's more resistant to not breaking down via acid because there's acid in the oils over time. This is a little bit more solid when it comes to protection versus the Signature Series. But the Signature Series, if your truck is either emissions equipped 100% stock, or newer than 2007 and a half, I would recommend Signature Series. Again, now if you got like a 2012 and it's deleted, put this stuff in. I think you'll be very happy. I got buddies on Instagram. They've been running this stuff 10 years, or not 10, but like 5, 6 years. Got over 300,000 miles, and they ain't got an issue with it. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about that. So next is head studs, dual disc clutch, and compounds. And yes, 0559 Cummins. Yeah, bro. You on track, Justin. If you do it just like that, man, you're gonna have you a nice truck, especially on a manual, man. A manual with compounds, that's gonna be a fun truck to drive. Yeah, Scott, sorry to hear that, man. I'm telling you, man, that state is rough. The best thing I tell you, Scott, is I know there's people out there that can hook it up, when it comes to inspections and stuff. And maybe if you find someone like that, but that state, man, that's a rough that's a rough state to be in when it comes to emissions and all that. I use my truck for pulling an 11,000-pound camper. That's all I use it for. 2015 stock. What would you recommend for upgrades? Assuming you got a Cummins, you can never go wrong with tune and delete, cold air intake. If you want to slap a lift pump on in there, a lift pump like an Air Dog or a Fast will always be good. Let's see. Yeah. Just basically, I mean, if you only use it to pull your camper, in all honesty, man, if you only use it to pull a camper, I would just leave it as is. It's not like you're daily driving it. Now, if you're daily driving it and pulling the camper, that's different. But if it's just to pull the camper, maybe slap a quarter intake on there, get you some emissions intact tuning. So get you some custom tuning for it, and just ride out to the sunset, man. They said to run him out of the shop. Dang. Hell yeah. Well, you guys, we're sitting here at almost an hour now, 52 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and roll out because I got stuff to do. We've been on live stream for an hour now, so hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I know I did. Thank you guys so much for asking questions, coming in. I think we capped out today at like 30-something followers on the live stream, so thank you guys so much. Until next time, you guys, I'll stick around for an extra 10 seconds if anybody got a last-minute question. But if not, thank you guys so much for joining. And, until next time. And then also a couple things. So if you need AMSOIL oil, or if you are looking into AMSOIL oil, check out my YouTube channel. Every single video on my YouTube channel has my AMSOIL dealer link and contact information down in the description box of the videos. Adrian Barajas can get you set up with AMSOIL. He also provides 10% discounts to all people who come to him via Everything Diesel. Okay. I heard around 200,000 miles, you might need to change fuel injectors. That's subjective, Justin. When it comes, you change your injectors when they go bad. I'll put it like that. You know what I'm saying? If your injectors run fine at 200K, keep running them. You know what I'm saying? Keep running the fuel additive, all that good stuff. I wouldn't just change them just because it's at 200,000, if that makes sense. Heck yeah, man. Well, all right, you guys, I appreciate it so much, man. Until next time, you guys take care, be safe, peace out. And thank you guys so much for joining. Y'all take care.